Welcome to a new video. Oh my goodness, I've waited for such a long time to make this video. If you know and have been here for a while, I've been on a weight loss journey a few years ago in 2021, 2022, and I did similar videos at that time because I've lost, I think in total 45 pounds, but I gained most of it again. And last year I started my weight loss journey again with a different approach. And first now in 2025 I've started to really lose the weight, and it really kind of like, it's so easier at the moment, so I really wanted to share this on this video. And in preparation for this, I watched my previous I've lost 10 pounds video from 2021, and I definitely will say a few things about it when we're going through the different parts that I want to focus on for this video. I have a whole playlist about my current fat loss journey where you can also learn a bit more about what I'm doing, how I'm working on it, what are my goals and all of that. But I wanted to just kind of like touch on how I've lost now these 10 pounds. For this video, I will focus on 5 topics, and the first one is to legalize food. This is actually a concept from intuitive eating, and I've always thought that one day I will become an intuitive eater again, and I feel quite close to that, I have to say. I've started to kind of like having less soda and sweets and chips last year, which I worked on, and I think it was good to have a break from it. But now we're at a point where I can have most of the things in my house. I often choose not to, but if I really crave like Coca-Cola, I'm just gonna get that. If I really crave chips, I will buy them. Obviously, I do see that they don't feel so well in my body, and sometimes I rather have, like, if I want something salty, I rather get crackers and camembert or brie as like a little bit more filling combination than just eating potato chips. But it definitely feels like I have reached a place where it feels very natural, where every food can exist. I do see when I come home and I'm tired, I'm grabbing for the easy things, so I try to have something pre-made or pre-packaged that I can just eat right away. And I always sometimes try to keep certain things not so much in the house, but I never forbid myself. If I really want to have it and I crave it for several days, then I just get it. And I think that really has helped me to let go of this categorizing food into good and bad, which is also something I talked about in my previous 10 pounds weight loss video, where I worked on that. And it takes a long time, and it's not an easy process, but I would say where I am right now, it feels very natural and very easy. Food feels really easy to eat, to make, to plan. I think every time I heard somebody talking about like finding food freedom, I really wanted to be there, and now it feels like I'm actually there, and it is as nice as I thought it would be. So I'm just grateful for all the work that I put in, and I maybe will inspire someone of you to continue on your journey, because it's a beautiful place to be here and feeling way more natural and safe around food, and not using it all the time for other things. The second part is definitely a mindset thing, and it is self-talk. How do I talk to myself? And that is something I started last year. I think in February, I had listened to a podcast that talked about it, how she really practices talking kindly to herself, listing all the things she did that day that went great, and really giving herself like kind of a pep talk. And when I started talking like that to myself, my whole view, like even on the world, really changed. I could see that I was able to keep going longer because I had my back. I was able to recognize positive things around me much more. I recognized compliments from other people way more because I compliment myself more. And I, for example, can see it a lot in mirror work. When I see myself in the mirror, I have mostly only positive thoughts. I would say if I see myself in a picture taken, still work to do, but that's okay. We're always a work in progress. We don't have to be perfect. But just seeing how far I've come with the mirror work is so helpful for my body image, but also for just the daily work. Having your back and being kind to yourself is such a beautiful place to be. And I wish I had exited earlier, but you know, the best time is now. So we're really grateful for that. With self-talk comes all of this inner caretaker that is also apart from intuitive eating actually. It is the idea that somebody in you is taking care of you in days and times where it might be a bit rough, that you choose to eat something that is more nourishing for you because that's actually what your body right now needs. It might be a voice saying, I know you really want to finish that episode, but it's late. You gotta have to wake up early tomorrow. Let's go to bed. It's the voice that talks kindly to you when you have a hard day. It's the voice that praises you and uplifts you when you're doing something really well. It is the voice that is there in the really dark moments and that just doesn't leave you and doesn't put you down. And it might be that you haven't had access to that voice yet because you probably haven't learned it. And that's definitely the case for me. But what I just want to share is you can get there. It takes a little bit of practice. It definitely feels strange in the beginning to kind of like saying, great job, Julie. But I do that still today, and the positive thoughts come just by themselves. I do see myself passing by people and think like, oh, she has nice hair, or oh, I really like the way he walks. These thoughts just popping up, and before I probably would have more negative thoughts. I have been a very negative person a few years ago, so I just love the progress that I've made. And when you look obviously positive into the world, you feel like it reflects very positive back to you. For me, it really felt like I took off my sunglasses and the perception of the world completely changed. And that obviously helps you so much on your weight loss journey, because now I'm looking for wins everywhere. I look at how do I feel, what I can do now more of, where do I have more endurance or more strength, or looking for weight loss wins on the scale, but like also on your clothes or any kind of way, more positive body thoughts. And I didn't have that perception the last time I did the weight loss journey, so that has helped so much on the a bit difficult days that definitely are coming, and joining you on the path. And I just wish I had accessed that view much earlier in my life. The third part is joyful movement. I've talked about that a bit in my mindful eating update. Joyful movement has been so helpful on this journey. Obviously, it helps a bit in losing weight, but it's more like accessing the joy of moving your body in all kind of ways. I would say I walk a lot, I move a lot while I'm at work. I love to do water aerobics. I do train a lot with YouTube. I love to go hiking. I love to play frisbee golf. So there are quite a lot of different ways how I move my body now. And I just try to feel what do I need today. And it really depends on the day, probably also on my cycle. Sometimes I walk quite a lot to or from work, and some days I'm just taking the bus right away. And the same is happening with mostly my YouTube workouts. Sometimes I do just like 10 minutes before I go to bed, and sometimes I'm working out for 2 hours, which I've never done before. and it feels so natural and easy and fun, and taking away all the concepts that's around a YouTube workout. That has changed everything. I don't follow their time recommendations, their repetition recommendations, how many rounds or how many weight. If I don't like the exercise, I do something else. If I don't like the workout after 5 minutes, I switch to something else. I just see it as a suggestion to take part in this video, and if I don't like it, I do something else. And I feel like that has really helped me to strengthen my body-mind connection, and teaching my body that it can trust me, that if it says today we feel sore, we actually don't want to do a lower body workout. We maybe can walk a bit, but not more than that. Then I'm just gonna do that. And feeling this connection or this relationship being stronger now than just a few weeks ago is a very beautiful place to be. I also try to focus on YouTube workouts for trainers that are more into having fun, enjoying doing something for your body than fat burning, calorie burning, or anything like that, or very like body focus, getting the perky butt or whatever like that. I still train, for example, with Tone It Up that has a bit more body focus, but most of the time I just try to do something that is fun. Number 4 is NEAT, the idea of moving your body during your day that is not particular exercise. And I definitely have increased that quite a lot. At work, I started with a habit of walking around the building once a day and then build it up to twice a day. And currently I'm working on standing on a balance board at least once a day. And the past weeks I've started to notice that I really try to stand a lot of the time instead of sitting, because it is a desk job, so I'm not moving a lot if I don't choose to. I also chose to go to the bathroom longest way possible instead of like the one that is very close. And it also helps me sometimes because I meet somebody I can talk to, clearing things up. So it has also helped me in other ways, but I can definitely see I'm fitter, and I just move so much more. I have more fun in that, walking up the stairs, and it is lovely how these really small habits can build up so much. And now it's so easy because I'm just doing these things without even thinking about them. One thing I talked about in my previous how I've lost 10 pounds video is daily weighing. And what I could see in that video was that daily weighing was definitely a struggle. It gave me a lot of mind drama that I wasn't able to cope with. And here we are 4 years later, and I do the daily weighing. I have been doing it for like, I think 13 weeks now, and it feels totally fine. There's no big drama around it. I've again, like also that time, chosen to weigh myself in pounds instead of kilograms because I have less associations and it's just like kind of like data. And I just love to see the small wins that I try to reach during the week, trying to lessen the average from the previous week, or trying to get a new lowest weight or a new lower highest weight than the previous week. And just seeing patterns, realizing how your cycle has influenced the whole weight loss journey, how it is stabilizing and then going down and then stabilizing and all of that. I also really love that I have created this rainbow scheme that I will show you here. And so every time I get to the next pound, it will be a different color. And you can definitely spot some patterns, how often you have to be in a certain color before you get into the next one. And look at here, I've started with dark blue and now I'm at yellow already, and it's so lovely to see that progress. And even though I weigh myself every day and I do try to reach the next goal, I don't kind of like write it down every day. I don't try to think a lot about how can I reach that today. I just try to eat when I'm hungry and stop when I'm satisfied, and just try to move my body in the way and the capacity that it can that day. And everything else, I just trust the process. I definitely remember on my previous weight loss journey that I was really obsessed about these numbers, trying to go to the next one and to the next one. I also saw in the video that I wanted to lose 1 pound every week, and that was very ambitious. I definitely don't see that that is possible for me. I need longer, and that's okay. And we can take it one day at a time. After watching that video, it gave me some thoughts of where I had been in a different mindset, what hasn't worked for me, but also some things that I realized, oh, that I still have now and that I've taken with me or I even gotten better at. One thing was definitely having this daily plan where I had to make a food plan every single day. That was definitely not good at all for me. It was very diety, even if I said it wasn't. And I do see where it came from, the concept, why it might help for some people. But for me, who's a very intuitive person in general and very sensitive, it works so much better to just check in. And obviously I make still a meal plan, what I could make, but I decide in the moment what I want to eat because my body tells me what it needs. And that was just not possible to have with the plan that you had to make the day before. In the end, it was just not sustainable. I understand that I gave up on my weight loss journey the last time because that plan was haunting me. I remember that. A big difference that I can see is at that time, I wasn't able to be accountable to myself. I was just not able to promise me something and following through. So I had a coach at that time and that really helped. And I also understood that the concepts that they were teaching me really tried to get me to the place where I'm self-accountable, but I wasn't. It took way longer to work on that. It took way more inner work to get there, but I feel I'm at a much better place today. I feel like so much more that if I say I'm going to do something, I will do it. And that is once again, a very beautiful place to be because you are not like dependent on other people or other things to make yourself something that is good for you. But it's there where the inner caretaker takes over saying, I know you're tired. You really don't want to unload the dishwasher now. But do it anyway because tomorrow you will feel so well when you walk into the kitchen and everything is clean. And surroundings have so much to do with how you're able to make yourself a healthy meal, taking care of yourself, and having clear and tidy surroundings have been so helpful in the whole journey. Some things I did see in that video that really made me happy was to see what kind of habits I had already working on, and also realizing that you can't take on too many because I think I say in that video that I've worked on 20 habits at a time. That was definitely too much. And there was also part saying you gotta find your own way. You can't follow any kind of program or anything. You gotta find what works for you. And that still is valid today, and I'm really happy that I'm back on this track here, feeling like I make a lot of progress, and I feel like all the habits that I've been working on for the past 1.5 years are just now in place, doing their magic, and I'm just losing weight while enjoying my life, and it feels so different when I look at my weight loss journey 3 years ago, where it felt so much harder, more like a fight. And now it feels really peaceful and very grateful for all the work I've done. I wish it had happened earlier, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta learn, and sometimes that takes longer than you want to, and that's okay. And if yourself are on a weight loss journey, please don't give up on yourself. Do the inner work, work on the small things, you will get there. And I see you very soon for the next video, and it definitely will update you on the next 5 pounds. Have a wonderful Sunday.